Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer, and today we're going to be taking a look at something kind of special, something that I put together myself, and that is my clear Retalicon. Now, I just want to start off the video by saying that I didn't come up with the idea of the Retalicon. I got it from a YouTuber named Psych, so all of the credit goes to him, really. I watched his tutorial on how to make one of these. It's several years old now, but for the most part it worked. I had some problems, but I solved them, and I'll talk about them later in the video. But I just wanted to say that first, this is not my idea to do this. But anyway, this is my clear Retalicon. It started its life out as a clear Recon, and then I retrofitted Retaliator parts from this Elite Retaliator inside, which requires some modification. And then on the outside, there's the clear worker stock here, and the worker pump grip. It's the Yokio styled one, but it's the clear one, obviously, and then a worker clear foregrip. I guess, oh, and one last thing is the, I got a 7 kilogram spring off of Amazon, and it came with an upgraded catch spring. So I'll go ahead and fire it here. Unfortunately, I don't have a good spot to actually shoot it, show you how far it shoots, but it definitely shoots hard. Yeah, as you can see, those are ricocheting off the floor, everything. Really good performance. I mean, obviously it's a Nerf gun, so they go basically where they want to. One thing I will say about this as a project is I did have a lot of problems. One thing, when I was watching Psych's tutorial, he said to replace the Recon dart tooth, which is right here, if I can line it up in the shot, with the Retaliator one, to replace that whole unit there. I had nothing but problems with the Retaliator one. Honestly, I think it's a poorly designed. I think the Recon one does it better, and it seats the dart really far back, so you get the best performance. But that's one thing. It works with the Retaliator bolt sled, no problems. You don't have to do any modification or anything. It works basically just as a drop-in. Another thing that I had a lot of problems with is back here behind the stock. I'll show you. So as you can see here, there's the, I guess I'm going to call it a spring stop. Basically the Recon, because it was reverse plunger, the old plunger head would come in here, so there was no place that would stop the spring whenever you put Retaliator internals in there. So I had to make this and just basically test it until I got the right length. And it doesn't get quite full compression, but it's good enough. And as you can see, the performance is pretty on par, I would say, with most modded Nerf guns that I've seen online. Other than that, it's got just a 18 round mag on there. Everything, as far as the kit goes, everything works well. If you were putting it onto a Retaliator, just a regular modded Retaliator, you wouldn't have very many problems. Unfortunately, I had to open this up a ton, which is a pain. So if you have a project where you're going to be opening it up a lot, you may not want to choose this pump grip, because it adds a ton of time to the take the breakdown time. Because there's so many screws that hold it together, and you have to take every single part off to open up the gun. I haven't found a way to get it off without all of the pieces off. But that being said, the kit is great. One other problem I have had is this screw here and here sometimes come loose and grind on the inside of the shell, which you don't want. And because this was something that I you know, have to take apart. You know, normally you could glue those or something, put a little bit of super glue, hold them, you know, but sometimes I have to open it up. Fortunately, if you have that same problem, you can take this center section out without pulling the entire thing apart, which is really nice. I guess I should also talk about what I removed from the Recon or Retaliator, the Retalicon, is basically every lock. Basically every lock that you could take out of this thing I did. So you can see the mag release, you can pull that. I can prime and slide it forward and slide it back as many times as I want after being primed. I can also pull the trigger when it's pulled back, which is nice for depriming it. I could, in theory, dry fire it, you know, because I've still got the air restrictors in, but I don't like doing that, you know, if I can help it. One last start here. One other problem that I had putting this together is I accidentally crushed the plunger head. I wanted to mention this in case somebody else has done that too. You know, that makes it where it's really difficult to prime because the top of the plunger head, you need the full length to actually catch on the, you know, just if you've ever opened up a Retaliator, that'll make sense to you. But I put a piece of plexiglass and on top of it, and glued a piece of craft foam to that, and then glued it to the top of the plunger head. So it pads the parts that come together, and it also, you know, strengthens that piece and adds a little bit of, you know, height where I accidentally crushed it. So overall, really fun project. I definitely recommend all of the worker parts that I bought. They're all really rigid. They're really nice, clear. They don't match the Recon, you know, exactly because the Recon's fairly clear and they're sort of frosted, but you know, who cares? It's fine. It has full Picatinny on the top, which is kind of nice if you're into putting sights and stuff on your Nerf guns. But I recommend all of the parts. I definitely recommend watching Sykes' video if you're interested in kind of in depth on how I put the inside together. Yeah, so overall, just a project I was really proud of and kind of wanted to show off a little bit. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down in the comment section below, and I guess I'll see you later.